Well, it's a relatively cloudy, overcast day here in Rutherford, so it's not going to be as pretty. We're on part 2 of the William Carlos Williams special. It'll be a short part 2, don't worry. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the Rutherford Library, which you can't see, but it's back that way. I'm going to try and find a couple poems to read you guys I was talking about the other day. Where's the library? I can't find it. Oh, it's just hidden behind all these trees. I'm now in possession of 3 books by Mr. William Carlos Williams. 2 of them are the same. They're about Patterson, the town not far from here. He ended up becoming a doctor at a big hospital there. In Rutherford, he had a small practice in his house. So he decided to write a poem about Patterson that kind of, in a strange way, paralleled the city as humanity. There's mention of the Erie Railway in it, and that is all I was concerned about. And then he wrote about it in his earlier collected poems. So, success to a degree, a little bit of success today. And now I am in possession also of my very first library card since I was a little kid. Don't take that the wrong way. I do read, I just typically buy my books because I'm lazy and it's easier. Rutherford library card. Well, that's me. Why don't we go see where he was buried? Interestingly, it is across Highway 3 in Lyndhurst. So, if you're up for the drive, I am as well. Safety first, my friends. Safety first. Rutherford is a dangerous town. It's almost like driving in Manhattan. Well, it's a windy day in Lyndhurst, New Jersey, but we found it. Williams. I brought along with me my poetry loving friend, Ollie. But as I said, I was going to read you the poem that he first wrote when he found out he couldn't be athletic anymore. A black, black cloud flew over the sun, driven by fierce flying rain. Later he said, "How can the clouds be driven by rain? Stupid!" But the joy remained. From that moment I was a poet. Since we're already here, I will also read you William Carlos Williams' most famous poem ever, The Red Wheelbarrow. Hope you guys are all comfortable. This is a long one. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. Yep, that's it. It's been parodied easily many times by prolific writers as well as all of my friends. But he wrote it when he was attending to a little girl sick in her hospital bed, and he looked out the window and he saw this red wheelbarrow, and I guess he thought of, she must look out there and see it. And to him it symbolized hope. It symbolized life. So here we go. I'm going to paraphrase from this book yet again. Or paraphrase or read directly from it. I'm not claiming that I wrote this. I did not write this. In his autobiography, Williams recounts that a career in some branch of the arts beckoned. His heart lay with poetry, but I instinctively knew no one much would listen. I wasn't going to make any money by writing. He vowed, no one, and I mean no one, for money was ever, never going to tell me how or what I was going to write. That was number 1. Numero uno. Then he focused on medicine, realizing that the income would allow him the freedom to write as he pleased. So it's all about the money. William, it was all about the Benjamins. I'm trying to get locked into this cemetery. The statue I showed you in the middle of Rutherford near the library was designed by William Carlos Williams' brother, Edgar Williams, who was an architect. He also designed the landscaping, all the trees around the library there. Apparently he demolished and then redid the library too. Edgar Williams also designed the post office, which is pretty amazing. I think it's a beautiful building, regal. And he also was contracted to redesign the West End Fire Department. And since I'll be heading back that way anyways, I will show it to you. Typical firehouse. What do you say? I'm sorry to report that after a significant amount of research, our wrap-up on William Carlos Williams regarding the Erie Railway may be slightly anticlimactic. In my attempt to get this right, I called Herbert Leibowitz earlier today. Hi, my name is Valerie Jupi, who is the editor and publisher for Parnassus, Poetry and Review. Apparently he's also finishing a biography on William Carlos Williams, so I thought, man, if Mr. Williams ever wrote a poem about the Erie Railway, this guy would know. So I called him and we talked for a while, and he basically quoted the same sources I'd found and seems to agree with me that, nope, not really. He never really wrote a poem about it. Except in one poem where he just says, it's nice to have the Erie RR close by. He mentioned standing with a friend who had come to visit him from New York and standing on the platform for the Erie Railway, and an express train blew past them. And his friend said, isn't that what we all want to be? Whistle. That's every word. That's what they do it now. I can admit when I'm a little bit lazy. It's built in 1875. In situations like this, the wide angle lens might actually behoove the shooting. Let's make it happen. Goodbye, train. I know it's more like a video blog than a podcast, but you know, we're getting started. It's not even that rocky of a start. It's just a start. You have to start somewhere. This is where we're starting. This has been podcast number 2. Thank you for joining me on podcast number 2. I promise my singing is through. Mwah.